Here we go. Let's see. Aha. Here we go. Okay, that's good. That's much better. It took us a while, but we are here. And I'm just having a look. We've already got some people saying hi. Heather is here. Hi, Heather. It's nice to have you with us. We've also got, let me just stop sharing for the moment so I can see a little bit better. Who else have we got with us? We've got Leanne Gray as well. So, Lowercroft maybe are involved and saying hi. So hi, nice to see you as well. So because today is, yes, we finally made it. We are on the screen after me messing it up last week and pressing the wrong button and then having a slight panic just then that it was all going horribly wrong. We've actually made it. And to celebrate, if you are here watching us live now, then tell us hi and let us know what school you're at so we can get you your signed copy of Eddie Effort. We've got 5 signed copies to give away. So if you are wanting one of those, you have got to say hello to us. We're not just going to give them away for nothing. So please say hi and let us know what school you are at, and we will get these signed copies posted out to you ASAP. It is a lovely, lovely, lovely to have you on board. Fabulous. So I wonder, oh, who we got? We've got Year 3 from Garrett Hall Primary School. Nice to see you, Year 3. Welcome aboard. Lovely. We'll get you a copy of Eddie Effort sent to you very, very soon. Let's see who else is joining us today. We'll just keep an eye on the chat for a few more minutes to allow you to say hello. Just a little bit of a rundown really as to what we'll be doing. We are going to be reading, of course, our story. We're going to be taking some Q&A at the end. So if you've got questions that you want to ask us, anything about the story, about the illustrations, about us, whatever you like, bob those in the chat as well, and we will endeavour to try and answer as many questions after the story. Yes, Leanne has confirmed that it is Lowercroft Primary School, so we will get you a signed copy sent to Lowercroft. Welcome aboard, guys. After our Q&A, we've also got a little activity that you teachers can download. The link is actually in the description for the video, but I will be putting it in the chat at some point as well. So you can click the link. It will take you to an activity which you can download, print off, and spend the afternoon doing a lovely Eddie Effort activity. How nice is that? So lots and lots happening this afternoon. So it's really good to be sharing it with you on a Friday as well. So first of all, as I've said in our social media posts, I've managed to get Eddie. I've managed to get Eddie Effort to come and just say a quick hello. Now, obviously, he's at school today because it is a Friday. He is busy. So I managed to just grab him literally for about 10 seconds and ask him to say hello. So he has got a little message for you. So I'm just going to share the screen so you can see him. Let's have a look.
Hi, I'm Eddie. I hope you enjoyed the book today. See you soon.
Obviously had to dash off. He's really busy getting back into the swing of school. It's been a busy week for everyone, hasn't it? And I'm sure you're all looking forward to the weekend. But shall we do some reading? Shall we find out about Eddie? Yeah, let's do it. If you've got your book, read along with us. That will be lovely. I'm going to share the first bit of Eddie Effort with you right now. So let's go. Here we go. Hopefully you can see those. Ever since Eddie was small, he mastered things quite quickly, such as learning to walk, learning to talk, riding a bike, swimming with no armbands, adding up lots of numbers in his head, to name but a few. "Oh, you're so clever, Eddie," people would say. "Aren't you a genius?" And Eddie would stand there quite proud. People gasped as he went through nursery. They were amazed by his talents at preschool and astounded at how quickly he completed tasks in his first years at school. The more people told Eddie he was clever, the more he believed it to be true. "I'm the cleverest in the class. School is dead easy. I'm much cleverer than my friends," he would say. And the more he said it, the more Eddie believed it to be true. And so did everyone else. One day, Eddie's teacher placed a colourful bowl of fruit in the middle of the table, gave him and his classmates some paintbrushes and paints, and asked them to draw what they could see. Eddie got straight to work, and in 10 minutes he'd finished. He looked at his picture, he turned it upside down, he turned it sideways and looked at the bowl of fruit again. His picture was nothing like it. "I'm rubbish at painting. I'll never be an artist. It's much too hard for me." Everyone turned to look at Eddie in shock. "But you're the cleverest in the class," they all said. We're going to let Liz take over for the next bit.
Eddie looked at his picture and started to cry. It was true. He was the cleverest in the class. So why was he not clever at painting? In that moment, Eddie realised that if he wasn't clever, then he must be stupid, and he cried even more. Eddie's teacher saw he was upset and came over to comfort him. "Eddie, you have found a lot of learning easy, like learning to walk, learning to talk, riding a bike, swimming with no armbands, and adding up lots of numbers in your head, to name but a few. But not all learning is easy. Sometimes we need to put a lot of effort in and try really hard so we can develop that skill. And for you, painting is one of those things. Artists can take hours, days, or even weeks to paint what they see." Eddie thought for a moment, and the children around him were nodding in agreement. "Try again, Eddie. Yeah, give it another go. Look carefully at the shapes, Eddie. Take your time with your paintbrush." Eddie realised he had only given his painting 10 minutes. He had rushed his work and expected it to be an easy task, just like all the other times before. His teacher helped him to understand that sometimes we need to try really hard. We need to put in more effort if we really want to learn something new. He also learned that he might need to try painting more than once before he could decide if he was good at it. Eddie grabbed a new piece of paper, looked at the bowl of fruit, and started again. This time he looked carefully at the shapes. He took his time, and with his paintbrush, he tried really hard. His brain was hurting by the end of the lesson, and he hadn't even finished drawing all the apples. He looked at his picture, he turned it upside down, he turned it sideways. He looked at the bowl of fruit in the middle of the table and he smiled. And from that day, Eddie knew he needed to put effort into everything he did. Satisfaction lies in the effort, not in the attainment. Quote from Gandhi. And that is our Eddie Effort book.
Oh, lovely. Just to let you know, Liz, while you were reading, we've got Cheadle Hulme Primary School reception class have tuned in. So we're going to be sending them a signed copy of our book. Heather is not at school at the moment, but she's going to donate it to a local school. So we will get her copy sent off to us. So we've got one more free signed copy of Eddie Effort to give away. So we can see there's a few more people watching. So if you are from another school, bob your name into the chat and we will send you that copy. So there's one more up for grabs. So now it's time for questions and answers. So if anybody's got any questions for us that you would like to know, either about the book, about the illustrations, about the ideas, about the story, about us, then now is your time to ask us. So while we're doing that and you're just getting some questions and bits and pieces together, it might be a good idea to talk about the activity now, Liz, while people are getting their questions in. So shall I share that screen and then we can see that activity? Let's have a look.
Okay. Right, so what we've done, we've uploaded a PDF link for the Power of Yet Eddie Effort activity. Now, on one side is a lovely outline and description about the understanding behind the Power of Yet for parents and teachers to get to understand what it's all about. But to be honest, if Eddie Effort had used the Power of Yet, maybe at the point where he started to get really emotional, that may not have happened. Because when we have that little voice in our head telling us we're not good at things, and we say things like, I don't get this, it's too hard, I don't understand it. If we actually use the word yet after our phrase or our thought, it opens up another door. Because rather than saying, I can't do it, that's almost like you're saying you can't do it and that's it forever. But if you say, I can't do it yet, that's a little bit of an opening to, I can't do it at this moment in time, but later on I might be able to do it, or the next day or next week. So have a little think, because what we'd like you to do, you will have used the Power of Yet at some point whilst you've been growing up, but you might not have realised it. Okay, so there'll be some things that you have found challenging, things that you found tricky and difficult at the beginning, but you can do them now. And it may be riding a bike. It may be learning your numbers. It may be learning your phonemes if you're in reception, learning your letter sounds and letter names. You were struggling at the beginning, but the more you practice, the more effort you put in, they get easier and easier. Okay, but if we say to ourselves, I can't do this, and then give up, that learning starts to slow down, okay? And our brain isn't as active as it could be. So what we want you to do is use this comic strip to just get a bit creative and think about something that you found really struggling at the beginning. You struggled really hard with it, and use that example. And in each of the comic strip boxes, do a storyboard of what happened. So the first box may be you talking about the thing that you're finding difficult, whatever it may be. For Eddie, it was painting. Okay, it might be riding a bike, it might be swimming. Then in the next boxes, talk about what you did in order to develop that skill. Okay, so you might have said, I can't do this yet, but what did you do next? Because that's where the power is. The power isn't in the word yet. Saying that on its own it's not a magic wand that suddenly you'll say it and it all happens. You've got to put something in there. You've got to do some action. You've got to put some effort in. So what do you do in between the first attempt and the next attempt to be able to develop your abilities? Okay, and use your storyboard to show those stages of growth for you. And then the last two boxes, maybe you're actually develop that skill, you're getting there. You're actually there with what it is you were learning. And the last one might be a bit of a celebration box. I did it. Yeah, after all that struggle and hard work, you got there in the end. Because like Eddie learned, learning is not something that happens quickly. Learning takes time. Okay, so having that understanding of the power of 8, you will get there eventually, is really important. So have a little go at that comic strip activity, and we would love to see pictures. So if you want to send us your completed comic strip, take a picture of it and send it to our email address at info@growyourmindset.co.uk, and we would love to share some on our social media platforms. So that would be really cool. That would make our Friday, wouldn't it, Gemma?
It definitely would. Sorry, I've been busy tapping away here, just seeing what's going on. So just to kind of update you as to where we are, we've not had any questions through, which is absolutely fine. But we have had another school say hi, which is Woodbank. Now, I'm assuming it's Woodbank Berry. It says Woodbank Cedar class. So I'm guessing it's Woodbank Berry. So I've just asked them to double confirm that, but welcome aboard. Nice to have you with us. We will get your copy of Eddie Effort sent over to you as soon as possible, which is fab. So Bethany's just said, yes, it is Woodbank Berry, which is fab. So we know where you are. We can get that to you in no
Hand deliver that one.
Can hand deliver that one just round the corner from Liz. Absolutely. So maybe what we'll do just before we sign off, now you've had the story, you've got your activity, we'll just tell you a little bit about how actually the story of Eddie Effort came to be, because it's a little bit of a strange one, in the fact that we hadn't really planned on writing a story at all. It wasn't on our agenda to do. It was just after we'd done some training at a school, we'd had a really good day and we'd come out buzzing, and we have got these giant bean bags, which are the learning blocks, which are feature in the book at the back. And we were packing those into the car, and Liz kind of flippantly just said, oh, you know what, we'll be writing books about these soon, won't we? And that was it. So I went quiet, and then all the way home was thinking, you know what, yeah, we could write a book. We could write a book. So that is exactly what happened. I went home and got the laptop out and started to draft the first story, Eddie Effort, and took it from there. Liz, do you want to kind of add on what happened after that with Becky and
absolutely. So after that, Gemma is amazing, because what she does is once she gets an idea, she's like a dog with a bone, okay, and she runs with it and she really gets giddy and excited. So she was there at home and she'd done the draft of the story, and then we contacted a lovely lady called Becky from Standout Stories, and she lived locally, but actually now lives in the Outer Hebrides, so she's way away. And she did all the amazing illustrations. What a creative lady she really is. And we had lots of Zoom calls with her, talking about the character, what we wanted him to look like, his expressions. And we could see him coming from a little sketch to a full-blown coloured character. And it was really amazing to see him grow in his own journey, in his own story. But what is really exciting as well is each of the learning blocks down the side. You can see that's Eddie Efforts, the blue one, but there are characters for all the other ones, and they all appear in the book. So if you've got the book, you will already have been introduced to the other characters that are yet to come, and they are on this page here. So you'll notice each character is wearing something, the colour of the block that they are going to represent. So here we have feedback, which is red, mistakes, which is yellow, challenges, which is green, and self-belief, which is pink. And of course, Eddie is the blue one. So those are currently in the pipeline. So there will be a series of books all linked with mindset messages, which is really exciting.
Yeah, so when Liz said we'll be writing books, plural, next, I took that as books. Let's write that. So yes, we're hoping to get Millie Mistakes is the next one that's in the pipeline. This actual story has been written. Obviously, we've got the character drafted up, and hopefully we'll get that out sometime later on in the year. But also, it might just be worth us letting you know that obviously with COVID, we were hoping to do some author visits, and this is one of the reasons why we're doing this live session with you now. We had to cancel all our face-to-face author visits. However, it is on our list of things to do to schedule another couple of weeks into which we can come into schools and do a session with children, but also do an author visit, sign some copies for schools and for children that would like one, and also just that opportunity to meet the authors as well and just share our story. So keep an eye out for that, because that will come onto our social media soon, the availability for when we can do that. And obviously it's looking a bit more rosy and bright for us to come back into schools as well, and it'd be really great to share our story with you face to face. So I'm just checking our chat. There hasn't been anything else. We've got our 5 winners. So just to go through, we've got Woodbank Primary. We've also got Heather, who is going to donate it to a local school. We've got Cheadle Hume Primary Reception Class. We've got Leanne Gray from Lowercroft Primary School, and we've got Jodie Makin from Year 3 Garrett Hall Primary. So we will get your copies of Eddie Effort over to you in the coming week. Hopefully they will get to you before the Easter holidays and you can share them with your class. We hope you've enjoyed your session with us today. Like Liz said, please share with us any of the work that you do. You can download with the links that are either in the chat or in the description of the video. And of course, if you want to get yourself your very own copy, then there is the link there to take you to our webpage where you can order your copy of Eddie Effort and maybe even the colouring book as well. Who knows? All right. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. It's been lovely spending our afternoon with you. Go and have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you all hopefully very, very soon. Take care, everyone.